Hi everyone and welcome to this video tutorial on how to make a landing page completely for free using GetResponse free forever account. This is part of a playlist for using GetResponse, and it's the third video in that playlist where I show you how easy it is to start your own affiliate business using this tool. The first tutorial was on getting a free account and how you go about doing that. So if you haven't already done that, then you want to just click the link in the description below so you can go ahead and actually sign up to your free account. The second video I actually show you how to set up your first autoresponder and how simple it is so that you can start using that to build your list of subscribers. So this video I'm going to be talking to you about building the landing page, which is where you will get the people to come and actually give you their email address. And once we've done that, we're going to connect your autoresponder to this new landing page. So if you haven't seen the two previous videos, then I suggest you go and check them both out, and I'll leave the links in the description below. So you also want to follow on and be notified about the other videos I'm going to be doing in this series, because in the next video I'll be showing you how to build out a website, which you can also use alongside what we've built out in these three videos so far. And it truly is just an online business. So this tool that you can get for completely for free will allow you to build everything you need to start building up an email list and making money online. So if you want to be notified when I put that video out, then subscribe, give me a thumbs up and hit the notification bell so you'll be kept up to speed when I put that video out today. So today we're going to be looking at building a landing page from scratch, and then we'll connect all of that up to the autoresponder that we've already created in the previous video. So before we go and actually build the landing page, there's a couple of things that we just need to be aware of, and we need to make sure we're compliant with all the rules and regulations when it comes to sending emails. One of which is we want to be able to create on our landing page something that looks a little bit like this, a consent form or a consent tick box, which gives you, the vendor, or the person that's promoting a product, the permission to keep their information and basically send them personalized messages. This is basically GDPR. That's what it's called in the UK, and it's called CAN spam in the US. And the idea of this is to protect private individuals that want control over their personal data. So we need to set that up, and you can see this here. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go and check it out. But effectively we need to make sure that we do the same thing with our email list when we start collecting them. So to set that up, you need to go to your settings or your accounts, and if you go to manage account, and then you'll see there's a little tick box here called consent fields. Now we want to make sure that that consent field appears as it does here underneath where we collect the email address. So if we go into this, we need to create a field. I'm going to call it GDPR. And then we need to actually put in here what we want to be able to say. So for the purpose of this, I'm going to copy what I've got on this previous page. This is a page that I use, and I'll pop that in there. And then where it's got privacy policy, we'll need to add one of these. Again, this is all to make things compliant in the eyes of Google. So on some pages you'll see they'll have the privacy policy terms and conditions and some other pages as well. And that's just to make sure that if you are sending paid ads through YouTube or through Google, you'll have to have those pages showing on that page, otherwise you won't be able to run those ads. So just be aware of that, and we'll set that up in the next video when we do the website as well. So once we've done this, we'll just click create. We'll have to come back into this form, just so you know, because we'll need to be able to make this a clickable link. So we can add a hyperlink by going into here, and then we'll link to our page, which we'll have made in the next video. So now we've done that, we can go back to our main account, and then we want to actually create our landing page. So this is where we can actually start building something we can drive traffic to. So we want to go to create landing page, and you can go to it from this menu here. You can also go through it from this menu here. You can see it says create landing page. So there's a few ways you can get to it, but effectively we'll want to go to this link here. Now we want to make our landing page as less complicated and busy as we can. Now you can see here there's lots of different templates, and they all look great. They are really good templates and they're really professional. You have ones for different industries, so you can choose something like this if you wish. But the purpose of this video is, if we want to drive traffic to our offer, we want them to basically give us an email address in exchange for some kind of gift. So we'll connect our opt-in box to a page or a thank you page where they can get their free gift for giving us their email address. And I'll actually show you how you do that as well, all within this program. It's completely for free, and it's really simple, which is fantastic. So just as an example, this page here, the secret psychology of why people refer real estate agents, this is an example of a page. The thing it doesn't have is it doesn't have that GDPR that I mentioned, which you need to have. But it's really simple, and we want to try and create something like this. We don't want any bells and whistles, we don't want any distractions. We just want them to basically give us our email address in exchange for what we put on our headline, something that gets them excited and wanting to learn more. So we want to go along the same line. So I would ignore all these, and I will do that for the purpose of this particular tutorial. So I'm going to go from build from scratch. And then we can see there's lots of templates. Even though these are build from scratch templates, they give you some outlines of how you can set the page up, which is really good, especially if you're new, because technical things when you're new can be daunting. So this is done in a specific way to make it as easy as possible for you to actually start building these pages out. So I'm going to go to this template here because it is the most simple. I don't want anything else other than a subscribe it box, an image and a headline. That's all I'm looking for. So I'm going to select this template here. Once you've selected the template, you just need to give your landing page a name. So for the purpose of this, I'm going to give it free gift landing page, whatever it is that will be memorable to you, so you know exactly what it is referring to. So you want to have a recognizable name, something that's congruent with whatever the offer is that you're running, and it's easily you understand what it is when you come into your back office. You also have a thank you page, and this is what I mentioned a second ago. We're going to link this thank you page to a download of some description. I'm assuming you've got some kind of PDF you want to give away. It doesn't have to be a PDF, it can be a series of videos, but you'll need to obviously put a link in the thank you page for them to go and have a watch those videos. So I'll show you how to do that as well. So once we've given a name, we just need to go to next step. So this is actually going to build the page out for us. And here we are, and you can see this is really basic. On the right hand side we have all the different options that we can add into our page. So we can drag and drop sections if we wanted to. We've got I'll get rid of that, I don't want that in there, sorry. And then we've got extra buttons we can add. We've got static forms, which is what we're going to be using, which is actually already here, but I'll get rid of that in a second. And then we've got various other things here. You can add YouTube videos, you can add Twitter feed, Pinterest share lists, Facebook likes, that kind of stuff. So you can do a lot within here, but we want to make this as clean as possible. So I'm going to start with nothing other than really a headline. If you have a brand logo, by all means you can use that, but for the purpose of this video we want to make a clean opt-in page. So I'm going to get rid of these here. Actually delete that, and then I will come down here. I'm actually going to delete this box. So effectively we've just got a headline, which looks really exciting, I know, but once you've in here you can see it's really easy to use. It's just like a WYSIWYG editor. What you see is what you get. You can come in, you can change the size of the text, you can change the color. So if I change that to black or blue, you can change that. You can do whatever you want with this, but effectively it allows you to customize pretty much anything in here. So the first thing we want to do is obviously give ourselves a headline, a good headline. Now, I've got a headline ready. It's not particularly super duper, but it will do for the purpose of this video. But you want to really think about your headline because you want to get someone to take an action. So think about it as a little bit like this. A simple hook to use for headlines, and this is something I learned a long time ago, is to use this kind of formula. So how to benefit without pain. So whatever it is you're trying to sell, so how to lose weight without spending hours in the gym, or how to benefit and benefit, how to lose 20 pounds in 30 days at the age of 50, that kind of thing. So just use those kind of formulas, and you can use headline generators as well, which you can get for free online. If you just go and Google that will get you started. But for the purpose of this, I've done a headline which I'm going to copy and paste in here. So if you bear with me 1 second. 9 monstrously easy ways to grow your email list from 0 to 1,000 in 30 days or less. So it's given them some time frames, which is what people always want. They want to know how quick they can do something, and it's given them some quantifiable figures as well. So I'm going to change this slightly. I'm going to make this one red because I want it to stand out. And then we also want to italicize this. I'm going to underline it as well so it stands out. And why isn't that turned red? Let's change that to red. Boom. There you go. I also want to change the size of the text. I think it's a little bit big. You can also space the text out if you want. So I'll add a line in there to list it. Actually, to be fair, it was actually okay as it was. So I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to change the text size to make it a little bit smaller. I think that looks okay. And then we'll just move this up a little bit. Make sure it's center. You can see when you see that green line pop up, you're smack bang in the middle. So there's our headline. And the next thing I want to do is I want to add our opt-in form. So you can see here on the form section on the right hand side, you can see the static form and you've got a pop-up form. Now a pop-up form is simply something that doesn't show on the page until after a certain amount of time, so it will pop up for them to be able to see whilst they're reading the text or content that's on your website. For the purpose of this, we want a static form which is just on the page, just like that example I showed you earlier. It will just be sat on the page. So we want to grab one of these and we want to drag it over onto our page. Now again, it's dead simple. You can do whatever you want with this. You can move it to wherever you want on this page. I'm going to add an image next to this, so I will leave it so roughly here, and there's a few things we need to add to this to make it compliant, one of which is that compliant form that we added. So we want to click on, I'll do that again, we go to web forms and then we want to go to consent fields, and if we click on the GDPR and we want it to be required, so they have to fill that out and then we click OK, and then we can see here we've got the text in here. Now this is quite large, so I'm going to change that down a little bit. So let's change that so it looks a little bit tidier. That's too small, it's alright. And then I'm just going to change this to get rid of all that space, and then we move this right up here, so there. Okay, that looks a lot better. Let's just change this color text to black so people can see it. Click OK. And there we go. We've got our sign up box here. All really clean. Got a headline. Now I want to add an image to this as well because we want them to see what they're going to be getting. So if I drag that image box down, and then we simply need to go and add our image. Now you can go there by clicking replace, and I'll show you how to do that now. So once you hit the replace button, you'll be taken to this files and images section. This is where you can store your files and images. So once you've downloaded it to your PC, you can basically add files, so you can drag it from your PC, or once you've found it, you then have access to it within the back office. The one thing I would say is just make sure the files that you have in here are reasonably small. You only have 2 gig of space or storage here, so you don't want to use that up. And a great way to be able to make sure these files are as small as they can be is to drag the original files and use tools like this one at AtRock, which are completely free, that allows you to drag images in and compress the size of the files. And there's also tiny PNG as well, which you can take advantage of. So once you've made the file as small as you can, so once you've got your image, we want to click this and say this is what we want to use, and then we want to resize this to make it look better. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I also want to crop out some of the sides. I'll get rid of this. I'll get rid of this. I still want to make it look a bit bigger overall. And let's have a look. Yeah, I think that looks okay. You can move it around. And then I'll move this box as well, so it looks a little bit more congruent there. Is that too close? I think that's better. So I'm going to make this smaller so it's a little bit more condensed and concise, and there. So we've got our image, we've got a headline. Oh, let's just get rid of that. I'm not sure why I've left the commas in there. We've got a simple sign up box, and at the bottom we want to add some privacy policy, earnings disclaimer, some of the things that I said to you at the early start of this video, where you'll need to have that kind of thing if you want to be able to drive paid traffic to these kinds of web pages. So we want to grab the text box, and I'll simply add it here, double click, and we'll change this text. So we're going to add privacy policy, we'll add our terms and conditions, and we want to add our earnings, no, affiliate disclosure. All of these we will hyperlink once we've set these up on our own website. So I'll just move that across there so it's in the center, and you'll know when it's in the center when that green line comes up. And I want to make it a bit smaller so it doesn't stand out so much, because we just want it to be on the bottom of the page. And if I highlight that, make that center, in fact that's still too big, and I think that's about right. So there we have it. So we've got our simple opt-in page. We've got a nice image. Obviously this is custom stock I just grabbed, but you get the picture, no pun intended. You've got your image, you've got your sign up box, and then you've got your terms and conditions, privacy policy, affiliate disclosure as well, which means we're all compliant. So the next thing we need to do is make sure this looks okay on a mobile. As it stands, we're looking at this on a desktop, so if we click on the mobile view, it'll say create mobile version. We need to compose the mobile version of this page so that we can do that. So okay, let's go mobile. So we get to see what it looks like if someone was to see it on a mobile phone. Now straight out the back I can see this image is really big, it takes up far too much real estate, so I'm going to make that a lot smaller. Again, make sure that's central, and there we go. The text I think I want to make a little bit bigger if I can without losing the flow. I think that looks okay, and then we want to move all this up so it is above the fold of the page. Now what that means is as soon as someone lands on the page they see exactly what they need to be able to see. And at the bottom here we've got the terms and conditions. I'll move that up, and again I'll just make that a little bit smaller just so it fits across the bottom of the page. So I think that looks pretty good, so I'm quite happy with that. So go back to the desktop version, and then we need to go and do the thank you page. So let's go and do that now. So we head over to the thank you page, and we can see here we've got a really clean page again, and at the very top we've got the brand logo. I think I'll get rid of that because I don't want that on this particular page. I just want to have an image of the PDF that we're giving away, and we'll change the text out a little bit. So if we just click on the image and we want to replace this, go back to the image that we uploaded, and then resize this again so it looks a little bit better. Let's move that down, make that a bit bigger. It's not too big. A little bit smaller. A little bit smaller. Okay, and then we just want to crop this. Okay, I think that looks okay. Maybe a little bit bigger actually, thinking about it. In fact, make that level. And again, the download button, I mean, incidentally, you can change the colour of the download button if you wish to, just by double clicking and then choosing the palette. I'm not going to do that on this one. I think I'll leave it as is because it fits with the first page. And then we'll just put in here, what was it, 9 monstrous ways. Okay. Make that a bit smaller. Highlight that and make that black. Okay, centralize that. Okay, congratulations, change colour. I'll change the colour on this as well to make it all look the same. So yeah, I think that looks okay. Now this is where we want to add in our free download. There's a couple of ways you can do this. Now you can have your free download hosted at Google Docs or Dropbox or similar download sites, or sites where you can store docs, but you can also do that through GetResponse themselves. And if I just quickly show you how to do that, you want to be able to add a link in here. So simply by double clicking and then you click the the safety clip that you see, and you can just copy and paste that link into the link address into here. So what we want to do is, if you wanted to do that with something that we've hosted on GetResponse, just for example, I'll just click replace. If we go to the document that you saved into here, then you just simply go to copy URL. And if I close this and then I double click that again, and you put that URL into here. So if someone was to click this page, if I go to preview, so someone's come to this congratulations page after giving us their email address, and they go to download, they're then taken to that download page. And then if I just go back, I'm just going to grab a link from something that I've got on Dropbox, just so you can see the difference. I'll just change that out, click OK. And again, if I go to preview this page, this time we're taken to a completely different box, sorry, a different download, and this is just something that that's hosted on my Gmail document section. So there you can see it's a really simple way for you to be able to host documents that you want to be able to give away for free once someone's opted into your email list. It's really simple and really clean and easy to use. Okay, so once we've done with everything, we're happy with the opt-in page, it all looks good, we're happy with how it looks, the headline, etc. We've checked it on mobile mode, so we know it looks okay. We simply need to click next step in the top right hand corner of the screen. So if we click next, we're taken to this screen. This is where we're going to connect it to our autoresponder. So we've got the title of our landing page, we can put a description, this is all for SEO purposes. But we don't want to do that. But if you're not sure what any of these things mean, if you hover over the I button, it just gives you information on each one of the sections. So it tells you here, this description will appear as your site description, e.g. Google search results, and a maximum of 250 characters. Now I don't want that, I don't want it to be indexed by the search engine, so it won't be seen by the search engine, or it won't be crawled. In here, you've got the landing page URL. Now you get given a URL by GetResponse to use. You can add your own domain name if you wanted it to look more like your own main domain name / and then whatever you want to put after that. So there are some tutorials around that if you wanted to add your own domain. So if you wanted to do that, you can. For this video, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it as is. This will be like a standalone campaign that I want to run alongside whatever I'm doing with my own website. But if you want to know how to do this and you're not sure how to do that, then you can go straight to GetResponse and ask chat, and they'll point you in the right direction. Or if you're unsure, if you want to know how to do it, then by all means leave a comment below and I'll do a video on that as well. I'll leave a couple of links to some documents that GetResponse actually give you, which talk you through how to do that as well, if you want to go ahead and read that. But for the purpose of this, I'm going to leave it as is, and then it says subscription settings. Now this is the list that we want the emails to be sent from. So we set up a list, a GetResponse test list, and then we want to add it into cycle on day 1. So the first day, as soon as somebody subscribes, they get the message, and then we'll leave the default thank you page, which is the thank you page that we've just created. You can do custom ones if you wanted to do that, but we've just created that, so we'll leave that as is. And then we can do the analytics and remarketing, and there's a few of the bits here. And again, this is a little bit more advanced, but I will leave that for the purpose of this video. So once you've done all this and you've basically connected it to your autoresponder, we just need to click publish. And there you have it. So we've basically set up our landing page, which will allow people to opt into. So if we want to see our landing page, just click on that button. This is it. So if someone enters their email address and the name and clicks sign up, I'll put something in for test for now. And then an email address, I'll just put bobby7@.com just to make sure it's working. They have to consent. I click sign up, and there we go. We've been taken to the congratulations page, and they want to download that document, and there's the document that we've just put into our back office. So there you go, really simple way how to use this tool. It really is an all-in-one tool. If you're starting affiliate marketing, it will allow you to build your business out completely for free. So you have essentially everything you need to start your affiliate business from the ground up, and it's completely free. So we've got our free account, we've got an autoresponder set up, we've got a landing page locked and loaded and ready with all of our freebies that we're going to give away to people that actually subscribe to our list. So I appreciate you following along. If you've got any questions, please leave comments down below, and I will come back to you. Or if you want to contact me directly on Facebook, my Facebook details are further below in the description below. Please remember to hit the subscribe button if you want to be notified when I put my next video out, which will be around making the actual website that you're going to use as well, so we can build out those terms and conditions, privacy policy pages, etc. So until next time, my name is Sean from Affiliate Income Hero, and I'll speak to you soon.